Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we recap select races from Saturday, June 1st and Sunday, June 2nd, 2024. 19 races were on offer over the two-day race carnival. The classic season got off to a flying start with the 1,000 and 2,000 Guineas taking center stage. Let's begin with race 2 from Saturday. This was a restricted stakes event going 5 furlongs straight. A competitive field of 6 declared to go postward. The imported Commander Z, who was impressive in victory on debut, was the hot 1-9 favorite, breaking from the 3 draw.
They're off and racing. Teflon Don gets a good start to the near side. Also there, that's Fly Blue Jet. Over on the far side and prompting the pace, that's Speedy Hair. Right there too in the middle, that's Chocomo. Commander Z didn't get a good start, but begins to find footing as they make their way coming out of the chute. To the passing the 3 furlong point. Commander Z is quite prominent. It's a line right there out there. Over on the far side, that is Speedy Hair. Fly Blue Jet is right there too. Commander Z looks to have the overall lead, and Commander Z looks to be in charge at the moment, but Speedy Hair is right there too. Chocomo is in the mix too. It's Speedy Hair, Commander Z, and Chocomo. This is where the race lies. It's Speedy Hair, Commander Z, and Chocomo. It's Chocomo right in the middle, and Chocomo looks to have the overall lead. It's Chocomo in front, and Chocomo will go on to make the upset. My love said Speedy Hair, and Commander Z is close for second and running on for fourth. That's Fly Blue Jet.
A good ride by Robert Halladine to get the 3-1 bet Chocomoto over the line for first, 2 lengths ahead of Commander Z in second. Speedy Here was third, and the 6-horse Fly Blue Jet in fourth. Race 4 on the Saturday card was a star-studded field of 5 going a distance of 7 furlongs. Reigning 2-time horse of the year, the Super filly Atomica was going up against last season's Oaks and 1,000 Guineas winner, Mamma Mia. Also in the lineup was the speedy Is That a Fact?
They're off for the 23rd running of the Eros Trophy. And Mamma Mia, as expected, left the gate in a flash and charges down the back stretch, opening up a length or 2 over Atomica chasing in second. Is That a Fact is a further 2.5 to 3 lengths back in third as they've left the 6. A break back to Big Daddy in the blue, and She's My Friend at the back of the field. Down the far side they go. Mamma Mia out in front, skipping along. The rider has a peep between his legs. Atomica now begins to cut right into that lead, and they're almost joined at the hip as they go toward the final half of a mile. The quarter running 22.4, so they're running fast in the earlies as Atomica now slips the nose in front. Mamma Mia right there against the rail. A break back to Is That a Fact, needing to find 5 lengths to get to the front too. She's My Friend hopelessly out of it, along with Big Daddy. They're approaching the final 5/16. They're almost there, and Atomica and Omar Walker have now taken charge. They're at the top of the lane. It's Atomica out in front with a 1/4 mile to run, being chased by Mamma Mia. Is That a Fact now asked to get going on the outside? Atomica with the lead. Is That a Fact chasing best of the rest? Mamma Mia had to be switched, but they drive to the furlong pole. It is Atomica out in front. Is That a Fact needs to find 2 lengths, and Atomica continues to hold the lead. Omar Walker pumping hard as Atomica holds the advantage. Here Is That a Fact now closing on the outside, but the Eros Trophy goes to Atomica by 3/4 of a length. Is That a Fact is second. Mamma Mia coming in third. She's My Friend is fourth.
A signature ride from the 6-time champion jockey Omar Walker aboard the 1-5 favorite and reigning horse of the year Atomica. Is That a Fact put in another good run for second place. Mamma Mia faded far behind for third, and She's My Friend taking fourth position. Race 7 on the Saturday card was a restricted allowance event going 9 furlongs and 25 yards, or 1,820 meters. A spectator's treat for the enthusiastic punters who get a close-up view of the horses leaving the starting gate under the stand fence.
9 furlongs, 25 yards. They're off. Fair start. Dream Warrior, Princess Talisa, the ones at the back with catching up to do, as Miss Linton charges through and takes point as they run toward the clubhouse turn. They're into it now, and Miss Linton racing just off that rail in the blue silks has that lead. Always Right, the favourite, racing in second. Hedgecraft now pulling right alongside Always Right. Blitz Strike is racing next, possibly 5.5 off that lead. A break of 4 to Veliki Vicky, 4 more to Princess Talisi, joined by a Dream Warrior as they knot up for last. Over on the back stretch they go. They make their way now toward the 6 furlong point, and Miss Linton continues to lead up. A length and 3 parts in front of Hedgecraft. Under a snug wrap, they lead the 6. Blitz Strike moving down on the outside of Always Right. A gap opens up to the grey Veliki Vicky. Dream Warrior now urged to get closer ahead of Oni Princess Talisi. They've charged past the 5. Miss Linton continues to hold that advantage. She's opening up some 3 lengths. Hedgecraft in the orange silks, Always Right now pulling alongside and occupying the rail run. Blitz Strike is racing up next. A gap back to a Dream Warrior on the outside. Veliki Vicky as they leave the half mile. And last of all, it's Princess Talisi. They're coming up, passing that 7/16. They make their way now toward the final 3, and Hedgecraft now assumes that lead and holds a 3-length advantage. Here is the favorite, Always Right, now taking aim on the leader and beginning to cut right into it as they're about to arrive at the 5/16. Making some progress, that is a Dream Warrior ahead of Princess Talisi. Blitz Strike on the outside. Miss Linton fades after a try, and at the back of the field it's Veliki Vicky, but Hedgecraft holds the lead. Always Right now bearing down on the outside, and Always Right gets the red nose band in front. They charge away now toward the final furlong. It's Always Right. Hedgecraft now beginning to peter out. Here on the outside comes Princess Talisi and Dream Warrior on the rail. It's Always Right. Princess Talisi and O'Shea Nugent now quickening beautifully on the outside, and Princess Talisi under a well-timed and brilliant ride will get the better of Always Right. Then Dream Warrior, Hedgecraft, Veliki Vicky.
A good ride by the jockey O'Shea Nugent aboard the Lawrence Fremantle conditioned Princess Talise, a 4-year-old bay filly owned by Emmett B. Hines, bred by Derek Brandt and David Miller. Race 8 on the Saturday card was the Marlene My Love Trophy, a maiden special weight event for native bred 3-year-old fillies covering a distance of 5.5 furlongs. A 10-horse field was sent to face a starter. 6-time champion jockey Omar Walker was aboard Enos Brown's Rachel Manning.
They're off and racing. Tornado Steel gets the worst of the start. It is left at the back of the field. Queen of Soul gets that early lead. Right there too, that's Another Mission. Queen of Soul in front. Another Mission, Rachel Manning coming down smartly on the outside. So it's Queen of Soul in front of Rachel Manning coming to join as they go past the 4. Right against the rail, Tornado Steel recovering after that break. Ruby's Light is also on the premises. Immeasurable Joy coming down on the outside as well. Then comes Another Mission. Imaya comes next. She's Adorable. Then comes Rapida and racing at the back of the field, Valley of Love. They come towards the 2.5 furlong point and making the running. It's Queen of Soul. Joined on the outside by Rachel Manning. Right against the rail, Tornado Steel running a big one against the rail. Also coming on that, She's Adorable. And also on the outside, that's Another Mission, but it's Tornado Steel. Looks to have the overall lead. It's Tornado Steel coming back on the outside. Queen of Soul. It's Tornado Steel still in front. Queen of Soul on the outside, and now Queen of Soul now gets the upper hand, and Queen of Soul goes on. Here comes on the inside, and he's adorable. She's Adorable, but it's Queen of Soul. She's Adorable. Tornado Steel got tied for 4th. Could be Another Mission or Rachel Manning.
A comprehensive win by the 4-5 favorite Queen of Soul, with jockey Radish Roman in the saddle for his apprentice master Anthony Baba Nunez. A fast finish in She's Adorable was in 2nd, Tornado Steel was in 3rd, and Another Mission in 4th. Saturday's 10th and final, the 50th running of the 1,000 Guineas, a grade 1 for native bred 3-year-old fillies covering a mile or 8 furlongs. The big favorite Run Julie Run coming off an impressive victory in the Portmore last time out. Next in line was Fast and Furious Links from the 1 draw.
For the 50th running of the 1,000 Guineas, they're off. Banadura from the wide draw gets away quickly. Run Julie Run, as expected, goes sprinting after her as they charge down the back stretch and head toward the 7 furlong point. Amma is racing just in between horses. Fast and Furious Links picking up on the rail as they charge toward the final 6. So Banadura sets the splits by a length and a half. Run Julie Run settle back neatly in 2nd. Fast and Furious Links edging closer. Crypto Girl on the outside. Buttercup is racing down near the rail. Midnight Flight out wide. Shiny Star toward the center. Amma races down against the rail as they head passing the 5. Come Home to Me races up next. Battle Angel races toward the back of the field at this stage, along with Blue Sensation. They share last. A half a mile to run. The tempo will increase in the 1,000 guineas. And out in front remains a Banadura striding out powerfully. Run, Julie, run now right in the slipstream. Midnight Flight is next, about 5 off that lead. Fast and Furious Links and Crypto Girl come next as they leave the 3. Buttercup has a mountain to climb along with Come Home to Me and the rest. Shani Star in behind. Blue Sensation asked to pick up on the rail. Then comes Battle Angel. And at the back of the field, it's Amma as they come thundering into the top of the lane in the 50th running of the 1,000 guineas. And Run Julie Run now pulls alongside Banadura, and now Run Julie Run as expected begins to kick away from them. Come Home to Me is traveling down against the rail. Banadura has cried enough. It's Run Julie Run. She's racing away from them. If a traffic cop was here this afternoon, surely Run Julie Run would pick up a speeding ticket, and it's Run Julie Run that will capture the 1,000 guineas by 5 legs over Come Home to Me. Then Battle Angel, Banadura and Amma.
The big-time favorite Run Julie Run lives up to the hype and delivers the goods with a convincing 4 3/4 of a length victory over the challenging Come Home to Me. Battle Angel could only manage a 3rd place finish. Bandura 4th, and Amma completed the final high 5 position. Lance Whitaker, who was on location, spoke to the winning connections after the race.
So as the 2 to 5 favorite, Run Julie Run gets the win that we expected. 4 3/4 lengths, the victory margin. A pretty seamless run here by the filly. Ryan Lewis, champion jockey, was aboard. You broke well. You got a good trip, and it looked pretty easy looking on. How was it for you?
Well, all I did was just to get a good break and keep her in a good position, because I know the number 12 horse would be on the lead, so I didn't want to get in any speed duel. So I had to just sit a little bit on the last half mile. I asked her to increase, and she gave me everything.
Yeah, the splits weren't too fast, so you knew that you were on a comfortable pace for your horse. And given how impressively you won in the Portmore, I thought that throughout the race you were confident that you had it.
Yeah, I was confident, because she's a good horse and she's racing against the same fillies. Well, I just have to get not get flustered or anything. I just have to keep my head cool and work with the game plan.
Yeah. Of course, this is your second 1,000 Guineas win. You did win with She's a Wonder 3 years ago. Any comparisons between these two horses?
Well, they are 2 good fillies, and she had more room to improve. But there's no comparison. They are 2 good horses.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ryan Lewis, champion jockey, winner aboard Run Julie Run in the 1,000 Guineas. The winning time here of 1:42.32. Not a terribly fast time here by Run Julie Run. Ian Prasad, the trainer. Yet another classic win on your log, Ian. I guess we won't worry too much about the time because the track conditions not hot. One of the slower 1,000 Guineas wins we have seen, but a win with authority.
Yes, thanks, Lance. First of all, thank God. The second thing I want to really to say thanks is my son, Peter John. He didn't want to come into the shot. But Lance, I can tell you, name them: Superluminal, Father Patrick, Henry II, Mahogany. Run Julie Run is the only horse we bought from the yearling sale, and Peter picked it out. He's amazing. Half the time I'm here, it's because of Peter John.
Yeah. All right, well said, and congrats that your son is following in your footsteps of having a keen eye for the good ones. But talk to us about the build-up to this race, because the Portmore must have given you confidence that this 1,000 Guineas should, all things being even, be an easy trip for you.
Never going to be easy. We had to be very meticulous with her preparation. She is an excellent horse. From the day we bought her, she has never had a sore. We have never had to do the vet to come in to do any work. She's very easy to deal with. She can be a little rough in the morning, but Ryan Lewis knows how to deal with her. He did an excellent job. So today, it's a rider and the horse. They have been amazing.
Any instructions going in? Because Run Julie Run broke comfortably, tracked the leader Banadura down the back stretch, but as Ryan just told us, he didn't want to get into a speed duel. He knew he had the best horse in the race, and pretty much, was patient and rode a measured race.
He rode a brilliant race, and my instructions was the same as in all the classic races. Get a good break, don't get into any trouble, you have a good horse, anytime you're ready, decision is up to you. I give no instructions in the classic races.
Yeah, I put it to one of the owners, Henry Pratt, after the Portmore win, that we've seen fillies in the past decade be impressive enough to go on, tackle Derby fields and become Triple Crown winners. Atomica and, Atomica didn't quite make the Triple Crown, but She's a Man-Eater did. But we know what Atomica has done since that. Any thoughts of Run Julie Run's 3-year-old campaign and what your targets will be?
Well, for now, I think she deserves a chance. Going long, she has a breeding. She certainly shows a propensity to finish her races. When you go back to the 2-year-old stakes, it's only one colt that finished in front of her. So I think she has all of the raw material. Hopefully we can continue to keep her sound, and if she's happy enough, we'll take a crack at the St. Ledger, and then, who's to tell? We take it from there. One step at a time, always.
Thank you very much, Ian. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Lance.
Ian Passard, winning trainer of the 1,000 Guineas. Run, Julie, Run. 1:42.32, the winning time. Henry Pratt, one of the owners, along with Karen Passard. You told me after the Portmore win that, as the trainer said, you would take it one step at a time. But obviously, coming out of the Portmore, you were confident that this was going to happen.
Well, as I said at that time, how racing is, and there's no uncertainty. So I'm quite relieved more than anything else that she was able to do the job today. Ian thank PJ, but I have to thank Ian, PJ, Karen, the entire team at the stable for really doing the hard work to getting this victory today. I mean, I'm very grateful to them. I've been the first-class passenger on this trip. And, it really has been an enjoyable one. And I really tip my hat to them if I had one, and tell them thanks for, delivering today.
Thank you very much, Henry, and congrats.
All right, thank you.
Henry Pratt, co-owner there of Run, Julie, Run, having scored an impressive win in the 1,000 Guineas.
Now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. On the other side, we'll recap select races from Sunday, June 2nd. Welcome back to the Caymanas Highlight Show. In the second half of our presentation, we'll recap select races from Sunday, June 2nd. This includes the big 2,000 Guineas feature event. Let's begin with race number 5. This was a restricted allowance event going a distance of 8 furlongs, a field of 8 reduced to 7 with the scratch of Superior from the 8th draw. A chance ride for Siobhan Townsend replacing Jerome Ennis aboard Donovan Thompson's Mrs. Lyndhurst.
They're off. 1 mile to run. Mrs. Lyndhurst stepped out slowly and is at the back. Whiz Kid took off quickly, grabs an early lead. Natural Dancer moving down from the 1 draw to challenge. Burning Valor sitting in behind them in the dicky seat. Secret Admiral right there too. These 4 in a tight grouping, followed up by Mrs. Lyndhurst as they make their way down the back stretch, about to arrive at the 6. Natural Dancer holds the advantage by a length and a half. Secret Admiral as they leave the 6 now moving down into 2nd. Whiz Kid on the outside. Mrs. Lyndhurst is racing right down against the rail. In behind them, that's Mr. Senator asked to make some ground, and Captain Phillip racing toward the back of the field. Natural Dancer runs to the half mile with that lead, continuing to hold it by some 2.5 lengths. Secret Admiral hidden from view on the outside. Mrs. Lyndhurst is racing down against the rail in the orange silks as they make their way passing the 7/16th. Whiz Kid has now made a big move and drops down into 2nd over Mrs. Lyndhurst. Secret Admiral has backed out, joined by Burning Valor overtaking. Mr. Senator is next, and forget Captain Phillip needing a tow truck as they're about to arrive at the 5/16th. Natural Dancer with that lead. Here is Whiz Kid now applying pressure on the outside as they come thundering into the top of the stretch. 1/4 mile to run. Whiz Kid on the outside. Natural Dancer continues to dig deep, finding a bit more to fight off the attention of Whiz Kid. That's where the race is at the moment. Mrs. Lyndhurst and Mr. Senator near the rail. Secret Admiral asked to come on, but it is Whiz Kid up front now winning the battle with Natural Dancer, and Whiz Kid now grabs a narrow lead. Natural Dancer ain't done yet, but now Whiz Kid has killed off the run of Natural Dancer, and Whiz Kid under a drive. We will have indeed another win on the card. Natural Dancer 2nd, Mr. Senator 3rd, Secret Admiral is 4th.
A mild upset with the 6-1 bet Whiz Kid. Robert Halladine in the saddle for trainer Kevin Murray. They completed the 8 furlongs course in 1 minute 42 and 2/5 of a second with win margins a close 1 1/4 of a length over first runner-up Natural Dancer. Race 7 on the Sunday card was the Howard Hamilton Trophy event, a maiden condition race for native bred 3-year-olds. A 9-horse field declared to go 1,820 meters. Leading rider in the Jockeys Championship race, Tevin Foster, was aboard the 3-5 favorite, Rockola.
9 furlongs, 25 yards. Field in line, they're off immediately. Fair start, Mac and Rome gets a good one. Rushes up now to challenge for that lead. Bold Shadow pulling alongside. Rockola racing out widest of them all. Solace is the one racing down against the rail in between horses in the red cap. That's Design Diva. A D-Bay Machine races toward the back of the field. And last of all, it's a Solar Black as they make their way now running toward the 7 and the far back stretch. A Mac and Rome out in front, leading up by a length. Design Diva racing in second. Solace is there. Rockola on the outside. Bold Shadow racing just in behind that group as they run toward the 6. Solar Black has made some ground, and at the back of the field, hidden from view at the moment, that's a D-Bay Machine. They've left the 6, and out in front, Mac and Rome dictates the fractions, leading by a length and a nose-tickling tail. Design Diva racing in second. Solace on the rail now, pumped up and asked to go and making ground. They lead the 5. Bold Shadow on the outside of an improving a D-Bay Machine. Rockola races second from the back, and Solar Black is last of all. The quarter in 28-2, the half mile in 53-2 as they leave the half mile and go rushing up now toward the 7/16th. Mac and Rome attempting to go all the way, tries to slip away from. They lead him up by some 3 lengths. Solace now going in chase with Design Diva. Bold Shadow asked to pick up on the outside. D-Bay Machine is only 5 lengths off that lead. Rockola, the favorite, has lots to find from there, and forget Solar Black coming to a halt as they make their way toward the top of the lane. Can they catch this? Mac and Rome determined to go all the way. Solace, the closest pursuer. Rockola now asked to go and begins to make mild progress, but Mac and Rome runs toward the final furlong with a good-looking lead. On the rail, that's Solace. Rockola still trying to cut into it, but Mac and Rome is brave up front, approaching the final 16th. It's Mac and Rome and Radesh Roman, the rest all in hot pursuit. Mac and Rome chased by Rockola on the rail. That's Solace, but Mac and Rome beats Rockola and Solace, then Design Diva, Bold Shadow.
Radish Roman gets the nod aboard the 5-2 bet Mac and Rome after a nail-biting finish with the favorite Rockola, who finished in second. Solace was third, and Design Diva was fourth. The race 8 feature on the Sunday card was the big one, the 2,000 guineas for Coates and Geldings, a star-studded field led by the big favorite Interesting Times Ahead at odds of 1-5, breaking from the 6th box. Also in the lineup, Jay Spieth breaking from gate number 3, Crown Chaser and California Crown breaking from the 8 and 9 draw respectively.
They're off for the 2,000 guineas. Provident just a shade slowly out along with King Pie. California Crown moves up to set the early fractions as they run toward the 7. Crown Chaser racing out on the outside. Interesting Times Ahead getting closer to that leader. King's Crown is right with the first 3 as they make their way down the back stretch. Jay Spieth racing in behind King's Crown. A break back to Playfair and Allegiance as they run past the 6. A gap back to Provident and King Pie trailing and hopeless at the moment as they make their way about to flash past the 5. California Crown out on that lead. Interesting Times Ahead throttle back in second, a length and a half. Crown Chaser is right on the outside as they go flashing up now inside the final half mile and run the turn for home. King's Crown making ground with Jay Spieth. Allegiance is there. Playfair toward the outside of horses. Asked to make some ground, that's Provident, and King Pie now left out of it as we had a quarter mile in 24-1 and a half mile in 47-2 as they blaze past the half mile and come toward the top of the stretch. It is California Crown stretching that lead. Interesting Times Ahead now asked to go get him as they're into the lane. It is California Crown and Robert Hallidine. Interesting Times Ahead now trying to reel the leader in, but California Crown is moving quickly as they head toward the final furlong. Interesting Times Ahead now beginning to nibble at that lead. California Crown out in front by 2 lengths. Interesting Times Ahead trying to catch him. California Crown attempting to go all the way. This is the 50th running of the 2,000 guineas. Robert Hallidine and California Crown upset the favorite Interesting Times Ahead. Provident on the outside looks to be third over Allegiance, and Crown Chaser is back in fifth.
A big upset over the favorites. Robert Hallidine with a gate-to-wire performance aboard the 3-1 bet California Crown, who remains undefeated from 3 starts. Trainer Jason Acosta sweeping the top 3 spots with a 1-2-3 finish an enormous accomplishment in a classic race. Lance Whitaker was in the winner's enclosure with jockey Robert Halladine and the champion combination of trainer Jason DaCosta and owner Carlton Watson.
The 3-1 Bet California Crown gets the job done in the 2000 Guineas, remaining undefeated, and Robert Hardball Halladine gets his 4th 2000 Guineas winner. I was saying in the preview that no other current rider has as many 2000 Guineas wins as Robert Halladine. He had Alibaba, Wow Wow, and there was a third as well before today, Future King. Congratulations, Robert, on that fine win. You rode the horse confidently from out of the gates.
Yeah, definitely. I schooled him. I know everything about him. I know how the race was going to run. The plan with me and the trainer was bounce in front. The pace he has, but I believe the half mile everybody will be in trouble. So the game plan worked out very well.
Yeah, the split's 24 by 47. Mild enough for California, for your horse to dictate and be comfortable enough to have energy at the end.
Yeah, I was slowing it down as much as possible because when I glanced inside, there was 2 mid-pace horses right beside me, so I don't need to go that fast because when I inject the pace, they're going to be left flat-footed.
Yeah, California Crown is undefeated. How good is this horse from 3 starts?
He was the last one to gallop. Everybody was galloping up. I think his knee wasn't closed. Mr. DaCosta was taking his time. I canned him one morning and I said, trainer, this horse is ready now. And he said, yes. The following week, he breezed his first 2 furlongs. I didn't work him until about 4 furlongs. The other jockey was working him, and when I got on him, I said, trainer, this is a special horse. I'm not coming off this one.
And finally, before you go, I was a little worried yesterday in the 1,000 Guineas. Rosetta in the starting gates acted up with you. You appear to have hurt yourself a little bit. You limped away from the scene. I wondered at that point if you'd be good enough to ride today.
As jockeys, most people don't know. Most times we're riding with injuries, but you have to be tough as a jockey. Pray for the best, prepare for the worst. This is just a game.
Thank you very much, Robert, and congratulations.
Thanks.
Robert Halladine, his 6th classic win now, 4th 2000 Guineas win, and he has done a really good job here on California Crown. Going to the front from the off, Jason DaCosta, the winning trainer, champion trainer, and this one is a bit of a surprise. Let me come join you at the top here. A bit of a surprise for most fans because Interest in Times Ahead was seen as a fairly solid favorite. What are your thoughts on the race?
Well, California Crown is improving. You know, he's a young 3-year-old, lightly raced, and he's improving with every start, with every work. So I expected a big run from him today.
Yeah, can you speak briefly about Interest in Times Ahead, any difficulties that it had going into the race? Because a lot has been said about an exercise gallop on Sunday morning, I think it was, when stablemate Provident beat him.
Well, you know, he threw on a really big performance last time, and I think that took a bit out of him. The work the other morning was not great, but he came out of it okay, and he came into the race in good shape. He ran well today. I don't think he ran his best, but he'll be back.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, Jason, in a classic. I'm not sure if we've seen this before. We'd have to check that, but this is a tremendous achievement for you and your stables.
Thank you. It wasn't easy, but thank you. Thank you.
All right, Jason, thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, champion trainer Jason DaCosta, Carlton Watson, champion owner and owner of the 2000 Guineas winner. That was a smashing win, Carlton. Congratulations. Talk to us about it.
Thank you very much. They were very convincing, very impressed and excited.
How confident were you going in? Because stablemate, Interest in Times Ahead, was a heavy favorite. Good support for your horse at 3-1 based on the fact that it was undefeated. But how confident were you that this horse could win?
The last one, the non-2 that he won in 128 showed that he was improved at the right time, and he came back and do 107 by 101, which was an excellent time for this race. His running style, the jockey kind of ride, and I know he will go in front. So we expect him to do very well in this race.
We know that you had a good partnership with the late Wayne DaCosta, Jason's dad. Any comments about the quality of Jason as a trainer?
Well, yes, you know, Jason learned from the best, and he's improving. I'm here to support him 100%. You know, so we just continue to create a relationship and do what we have to do.
Carlton Watson, the owner of California Crown, who impressively won the 2,000 Guineas a short while ago in a time of 1:42.67 seconds, a little bit slower than Julie Run went in the 1,000 Guineas on Saturday. So the stage is set for the rest of the classics, of course, the St. Leger and the Derby to come. The St. Leger is in July and the Derby comes up in August. But a fantastic win here. Robert Halladine, Jason DaCosta, Carlton Watson, California Crown, unstoppable in the 2,000 Guineas here at Caymanas Park.
Well, this has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. We'll see you next time.